I'm the leader here. I'm sure you have seen stranger things in your day. Please, tell me how I can help you.
What? I have never heard of such a thing. There is nothing like that here. It is not here. Please leave us.
We heard how the resistance forces fared at Snowbrook Haven. The Morden entered our town soon after. Many of our people have lost hope. Valdis is seizing control, and there is nothing we can do to stop him. Strange figures climb the slopes of Zeramoth's horns, and the night sky is filled with terrors. Valdis has reawakened the ancient powers in that mountain.
If we fought back, we would surely die. We are making the best of a bad situation. The Morden have seen fit to keep us alive, and I wish to keep it that way. Leave now if you know what's good for you.
Wait, there is something I must ask you.
My lord, let this stranger leave.
We need the help of one who has strength and courage. Can you assist us? The Morden have seized our water supply.
Sire, I beseech you no more.
They now control the source of our aqueduct. Morden Ganth Beast stands guard. We sent our best men there to slay the creature and restore our water supply, but they died in the attempt. Now we are too weak from thirst to form a proper assault. The Morden mean for us to die, I fear.
With all due respect, if they meant to kill us, they would have done so long ago. They merely want order and control. They will restore our water soon enough, once we have proven our allegiance to Valdis.
You put much faith in them. I do not share your faith, Kainos. Friend, will you help? Excellent. Kainos, send the order to open the aqueduct gate.
As you wish, my lord.
It is a brave and compassionate thing you are doing. You have my gratitude. Leave through the northern gate and follow the aqueduct through the desert to the water chapel. The cistern holding our water supply lies in the chapel's inner courtyard. If you can reach the valve and open it, our water should be restored, and we will be indebted to you.
I have heard many a tale in my day, and some were tall and some were true. It is my job to distinguish which is which. Would that I knew the answer to one in particular, and I would be able to enrich the world with its knowledge. I have been trying to find the legendary song of dwarven tunnelers who were driven from this region long ago. The song was supposed to improve their chances of finding veins of gold. Some places you are venturing to may hold record of this song on runes, frescoes, or manuscripts. Will you help me locate the lost dwarven song of ore? Wonderful! I will need all 3 parts of the song in order to decipher the chorus. Bring those to me if you discover them in your travels. Welcome again. How are you faring in your quest for the dwarven song of ore? Or have you come to hear some of my tales? Kalrathia was built in my great-grandfather's time by settlers who came east after the Great Cataclysm. We have lived here in peace from that time until the day the Morden came. No enemy has ever breached our walls, but we were not prepared to fight an assault from within them. Our rulers are descended from Kalrath, the soldier who led us away from the ravages of the Cataclysm. He was a brave man, though in his later years he went mad, claiming that he was Azunai in disguise. Many believed him. Even now, some think the defenders survived the cataclysm and led us into the desert. Ignorance is everywhere. The half-giants are a mysterious race. They are fierce in war, but gentle otherwise. They can laugh and carouse with the loudest men, yet they are normally melancholy. Every few years one will appear, striding out of the desert, refusing to say from whence he has come. He will stay for maybe 5 or 10 years, make few acquaintances, then leave as abruptly as he arrived. We are always glad to see them, for they are hard and steady workers, and make no trouble unless they are goaded into anger. We are always sorry to see them go. We have long believed that we were the only descendants of the citizens of the Empire, but your friend Amron has told us that there is another human nation that shares our lineage, those who live in the northern reaches. Amron has often visited us, and he has taught me much of the history of this land. He has told me of the confusion that followed the Great Cataclysm, how nearly all the humans in Arana were killed by the energies released when the shield broke, and how the few survivors fled east and founded this city. Ours is a proud legacy, for we are descended from those who fought in the Defenders' armies. The Morden are newcomers to our lands. For generations we lived alone, but 10 years ago we were awakened by flashes of light and a sound of an army cheering its leaders. The next morning, a group of Mordenvir came to Kalrathia to meet with the current Lord Kalrathia's father. Our greed was stronger than our prudence. The Morden offered gold to any who joined their armies, and to our craftsmen and hunters for supplies. It had been too long since we had an ally to trade with, and our youths were eager to see more of Arana. We have paid dearly for our short-sightedness. No one knows how the Morden came to live in our deserts. Some say that Valdis created them to do his bidding, but only the Unmaker ever had the power to create another race. I suspect that Morden crossed the mountains from some eastern land and were tempted by their greed to join Valdis in his conquests. All of southern Arana is known as the Plain of Tears, and we are at its heart. Our land was once fertile, but the cataclysm blasted the very soil, so that now only the hardiest plants can grow. Gradually, life returned to this desert. Animals that can live on the tough desert foliage, we who live on those animals, and the Morden who have been living on us. There are many ruins in the desert, for what we call the Plain of Tears was once part of the glorious Empire of Stars. The cities of the Empire were vast and wealthy, many times the size of Kalrathia. It is rumored that the Morden have built upon one of these foundations a city of their own, which they call Darthul. I have not seen it, but Kynos claims to have traveled there. He says that it is well fortified, though its walls are shorter than ours. Oh, but that Kynos, it is hard to take him seriously. Long ago, a giant named Zeramoth brought all of Arana under his control. So many kingdoms were destroyed in his quest for supremacy that he came to be known as the Unmaker. Many feared him as a god, but our ancestors escaped to the west and joined Azunai the Defender in resisting Zeramoth's rule. Others bowed to the Unmaker and tried to win his favor with gifts. The greatest of these gifts was a mighty fortress, which became known as Zeramoth's Horns. There's been nothing like it before or since. It was designed by the Dark Wizards and built by the greatest craftsmen in the world. When it was completed, Zeramoth waged his wars from it. Tales of this fortress spread far, and it was feared almost as much as the Unmaker himself. The weapons within it could destroy a kingdom halfway around the world. It housed fearsome beasts that feasted on Zeramoth's prisoners. I hope that the tales are baseless, for it is rumored that Valdis has discovered the location of the fortress and has made it his headquarters. I myself know nothing of its location, except that it is supposed to be somewhere in the eastern mountains. Valdis's Archmage is powerful enough to hide it from our minds, even with the assistance of a powerful artifact.
Welcome, traveler. Even in these difficult times, Enchantress Valeria is available to increase the power of your equipment. How may I help you? Danadel? Ah, I remember him. We spoke at length about the powers of the Leontier stones used by the Assassin's Guild. I have studied them extensively. Why did Danadel send you to me? Have you seen such a stone? That is ill fortune indeed. The only way to escape the effects of the Leontier stone is to kill the assassin who created it. That will not be an easy task. The Spider Watchers practice a dark magic that renders them invisible to common folk. However, I have mastered an enchantment that can give you the ability to see through their mirage. You will need to bring me a special ring that can survive the enchantment process. The ring I need is made of dwarven mithril. The dwarves who made them are long gone. But it is possible that you can still find rings in the mines of Kalrathia where they were forged. If you can get into the mines, seek the forgotten places. Within you will find ancient chests of lost treasures. When you acquire a ring, return to me. But before you go, do you have any other equipment that needs enchantment?
Please be assured that neither the lack of water in our town, nor the Morden occupying our streets have affected the quality of our merchandise in any way. Would you care to look at my wares? Or perhaps you could help me with another matter. My good-for-nothing apprentice is missing. We've been experimenting with the effects of light on... well, I cannot expect you to understand such matters. Derek left 3 days ago and was expected to return by nightfall of the same day. I'm afraid something untoward has happened. Worse, he has my research journal containing very important information that I simply cannot lose. And the lost journal? You have my thanks. Derek was supposed to investigate some ruins near the Morden city of Darthrule. Take this mirror. It may assist you. I was using it in the experiments we were conducting. Yes. Go out the east gate and follow the road through the desert until you reach the Morden city of Darthrule. There is a bridge over the dry canal before the city. Do not go over that bridge. Instead, look to the west for a path down into the canal. Follow the canal away from the city and you will come across the ruins.
Bah, no water to quench my mettle, and Morden lurking behind every rock. Dark times these. What can I do for you, traveler?
If we're not allowed to leave the town soon, we'll run out of food as well as water.
By the mace of Agaris, you look like you've still got some fight in you. What? Oh, that's just an expression we use up here. Doesn't mean anything as far as I'm concerned. Just a half-giant legend. He was supposed to have been the biggest half-giant there ever was, and his mace could level fortresses. That is all I know. If you wish to learn more, I know of an explorer in Amanlu who is studying the legend. Her name is Ty-S, if I recall. If she's not at her home, she's usually studying at the tavern. If you find yourself in that neck of the woods, look her up. And hail that old dog Drevin for me.
I feel like a dry bag of bones. The sun is so hot. I need to find some shade.
Greetings, friend. I'm afraid lessons in the advanced magics are not possible at the moment, not so long as the Kalrathian Nexus remains sealed against our use. The Kalrathian Nexus is one of the largest of its kind in Arana. 3 ley lines converge there, resulting in an upwelling of power. The mages of Kalrathia have been practicing our art there for generations. A dark wizard came and placed a seal over the Nexus, blocking it from our use. The mages have been trying to remove it and have figured out most of the steps required. We have determined that the seal is linked to the 3 ley lines that form our Nexus. If the power of those is captured, I think the seal can be broken. That's what I was hoping to hear. Take this soul staff and imbue it with the essence of the 3 ley lines. The best place to do this is at a node of power along the line. I can tell you where 2 of them are, but you will need to locate the 3rd yourself. To imbue the staff, stand upon the symbol beside each power vent and speak the words Arcesso Arcanum. You should immediately see the magical energy form around the staff. Once the soul staff contains all 3 types of energy, use it against the seal to destroy it. You can find the Node of Frost in the northern reaches within the subterranean living quarters of Snowbrook Haven. If you enter from the rear, you will locate it off the first grand hallway before you cross over the balcony. The node is in a very distinctive cavern that contains 4 arching bridges to the vent platform and beautiful foliage that does not normally thrive in such an environment. You can find the Node of Earth in the Temple of Ziria. Look in the area behind the altar. There is a statue unlike the others, and if you twist it, a hidden stairway will be revealed. That node is also within a very distinctive cavern that contains 4 arching bridges to the vent platform and beautiful foliage. No, enough have searched for the Node of the Phoenix that I am convinced it must be somewhere well hidden. It must have been well known once. Every upwelling of power lies within access of a magic community who can make use of it. I would search the ancient places of the world. There are many from ages past that have been long forgotten.
Leave me be, stranger. Who dares speak that name? I mean, never heard of it. I'm Kartos the Strong, most powerful fighter this side of the northern reaches.
Ha! You mean Kartos the Weak?
You dare challenge Kartos the Strong? I'll cut you with my sword faster than you can. That's better. What were we talking about? Dead. I was one of the most powerful mages on a run. You think I was killed by those pathetic Morden? Bah! There weren't so many of them. I could easily take him down myself. My days as a mage are over. When I failed to save Amondo, I renounced magery and became a fighter. Just haven't quite got the hang of it yet. That would be the mithril horn. Sometimes come through rifts where the Mordengrau mages tame those nasty Dervlis. You assist me? You look worse for wear than my old pack mule Pedros. The Morton mages didn't kill you first, the Dervlis will eat you alive. If you can defeat me, I will help you. Better you should learn now rather than dangling from the claw of one of those Dervlis. Have at it! This has been somewhat sobering. Perhaps you would stand a chance against the Mordengrau after all. Very well. I'll keep my word. Meet me at the rift site. Go out Kalrathia's north gate. Follow the trail through the desert. You will reach a tall stone tower. Walk past the front of it and head east, away from the path. The next bit of ruins, head north around them and continue down the hill. We'll find the rift camp at the base.
Greetings, stranger. You look like someone with a bit of an adventurous streak. Am I right? Then you and I have something in common. I'm also an explorer of sorts and have traveled all over Arana in my youth. Now that I'm too old for the discomforts of the trail, I'm forced to remain closer to home. I found something quite interesting the other day. Would you like to hear about it? I was wandering through the desert ruins and came across an ancient vault. Inside, I found a series of statues. When turned, they caused beautiful lights to run through grooves in the floor. I experimented with them and discovered that the lights formed a pattern, and a hidden door opened. The secret room contained a chest, and beyond it, there was another room, similar to the first. Have you heard the tale of Kalrathia the Eldersmith? He was a master craftsman who lived in the First Age. The historians think it likely that the vault I found was once his. The amulet I found within the chest bears his markings. Apparently, Kalrathia was an accomplished jeweler, enchanter, and engineer who was notorious for creating spectacular artifacts and then locking them away behind ridiculously complex contraptions. Indeed. Leontia thinks this particular vault contains the final set before his death. The only jewels that are still missing. If that is true, then what a discovery. Now, my young explorer, I'll make you a deal. Recover the rest of the jewels from the vault to prove our theory, and I will give you the amulet I found. I trust that you will find it quite useful. Leave through the north gate and follow the aqueduct into the desert until you come to a tall stone tower. Leave the path and head east into the desert and down the hill. Look to your right, and you will see another stone tower of an older style. Go inside, and use the lift to enter the vault. Pass through the first room and go down the stairs to find the next series of statues and floor grooves.
Strange, but despite all the Morden here, neither Valdis nor his Archmage have set foot on our soil. Perhaps they see us from above. It is known they reside in Zaramoth's Horns, the tallest mountain in Arana.
There have been terrible lights in the eastern sky of late, and loud booms and crashes as well. Zaramoth's Horns lies in the mountain range to the east. How long before all of Valdis' terrible armies march up to our doorstep?
This town is shriveling up. We need water badly.
The Lord of Kalrathia is just a tiny human child. The Morden likely talked him into letting them take over without a struggle.
If we're not allowed to leave the town soon, we'll run out of food as well as water.
So many things to uncover. The study of the ancients is a full-time occupation, to say the least. I'm busy right now. But if you want to learn about historical subjects, go talk to historian Bedelia. She'll be able to help you better than I. Berseba? My goodness, it's been a long time since I heard from her. How is she faring? Oh, she did she? Did she also tell you how tracing the history of that thing has caused me more trouble than any other task of exploration I've taken on yet? That is a pet project of mine. Agaris is a legendary figure in half-giant lore. He was much larger than a normal half-giant and lived much longer. It was suggested that he was closer to an older race from which the half-giants sprung, but no one can know that for certain. So much about the half-giants is shrouded in mystery. Yes, his mace. With that mace, Agaris was able to level fortresses and stone battlements. In my travels, I have gathered fragments of a stone tablet that is rumored to identify the final resting place of the mace. A small fragment remains to be found in order to complete it. If I can get that, I should be able to decipher the tablet and identify the mace's whereabouts. That is just the thing. My studies led me to an area in the northern reaches where I found most of the fragments. But the final fragment was locked away in an area that was just too dangerous for me to enter. Do you think you have what it takes to get it? All right, I will make a deal with you. My interest is purely academic. If you find the final fragment, bring it to me, and with it I can decipher from the completed tablet the mace's location for you. Does this sound fair? Here then, you'll need this. It is a stone key that unlocks the tomb you must enter to find the fragment. Beyond that, I know nothing. Just beware, the area I refer to is rife with undead. When selling something, my friend, you lead with the good, not the bad. Aha, the jagged arrowheads. Great work finding these. There's still more to be done.
What happened? I was sleeping soundly, dreaming of sunlight and a certain pair of elven eyes. Then suddenly I was standing here. Everything looks fuzzy, as if the world has been coated in a film of cotton. A spirit, you say? But that means I will never win Letharin's heart. Oh, the pale shores beckon so brightly. Look, the haze is lifting. Be well, kind stranger. May you live to find the love I never had.
You've won the first challenge. If you'd like to try your luck in the second round, you will need to purchase a token. You have won the 6th challenge. If you'd like to try your luck in the 7th round, you'll need to purchase...
no trouble capturing a mithril horn, but even I cannot complete the task if 100 Durblos and Mordengrawl mages come crashing down on me, so keep them off me at all costs. Try to stay out of my way. I thank you for your assistance. I can see now that magic is my true calling. I shall return to my studies, and one day, I want a rematch. In the meantime, I will send this beast directly to the pet shop in Amanlu. Hopefully someone there can tame him and make him useful.
I hope you will soon have luck in solving Serana's second puzzle. That fellow was certainly a tricky one. A third contraption? My, Seranath certainly did have a knack for the extravagant. I know I said I would give you this amulet if you were able to get past the second area, but now I must insist that you investigate the third area as well. This is a great find. This is incredible. I can see now the reason why Seranath was called the Elder Smith. This is certainly the work of a master. It is almost as if he designed this entire sequence as a challenge, to ensure that only one who is worthy may benefit from his masterpieces. Indeed, my friend, you have more than earned this amulet I've found to complete your set. May you wear it well.
What's this? I'll have to report this to the chief immediately!
You have done what many could not. You've restored the water. We owe you a great debt.